gels his hair to the distinctive curly fashion as you see in the front there.
Yeah.
And he says he aims to teach kids good morals and also brighten their day as well. And he does admit it's quite a challenge keeping up with what he says is the perfect person. And like I said, this is not it. He's going to continue some more. He's got more operations coming up ahead, one to make him taller, and also to beef up his look as well. So he's probably going to be implementing more surgeries to make him look much more real as well. So yeah, so he also acknowledges that there may be a day when he has to halt the extensive surgeries. But until then, he still wants to look a bit more like Superman.
Okay. And I'm sure this also is pretty much similar to the cases of several young girls who have tried to transform themselves through surgery to look like Barbie, a Barbie doll.
That's right. You know what, we're going to have to find you footage of the real-life Barbie that meets the real-life Ken. Because I've actually seen the video, and you'd think that they'd fall in love, but I don't think they got along quite well.
Really?
Well, I'll definitely try and get that here.
Okay.
All right, then.
Well, I believe that it's time for us to head for a break now, and then we will be welcoming in Ron Morris. He's back, and let's see what he was, up to, what he was doing, and where he was right after the break.
That's big in Korea. They're trying that. They've been trying that a lot for years and years.
Men and women wish that's Kate.
Yeah, we can make comments about 30. That's good. We probably won't have time for 31.
How to write an effective to-do list? Ron, you want to do that? That sounds like
I can, but we probably won't have time. Yes.
And the clip, okay, Chinese, do 20, I'll do that if it gets to me.
I'll do and put it. What's the horn puffin?
Yes, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome back. And joining us this morning, we've got Ron Morris. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
You've been away.
I've been away.
We've been jealous.
Yes, I've been in the fabulous city of Seoul,
Oh, okay.
Korea. Really fantastic. You know, when I first started to go to Korea maybe 20 years ago, it was still like a Cold War city, and everybody was kind of dour, and everyone had little short haircuts and were marching about to work. But so much has changed in the last 20 years. We have the K-pop culture and all the fashion, and it's just become such a fun, fashionable city.
Yeah, I think that, your visit actually made some transformation for you as well.
Did you get a haircut?
No, I was going to say, did you get a surgery? No, that's too
No.
extreme.
This hair, the hair lady just did the hair like this. I was saying this is a Thai Tom girl haircut or something. But I don't know.
It looks good. It looks
They just
good.
do it, and then it comes out a little different every time. So.
Okay, well, you had fun.
I did, yes.
That's good.
Okay,
good rest.
well, just to ask you about what you have heard or not about the latest here about the issue of the Thai university student, and also how she is not happy with having or being forced to wear the university uniform, and then she decided to come out with a poster which looked or deemed inappropriate. Because she basically said, yeah, she doesn't want to wear the university uniform, and this is the poster that she had.
Yes,
so what do you think about that?
Every man likes to see images like that. I mean, in the context of this, sometimes when you protest something, a tactic is to try to provoke the authorities, to get people to come out and deem things inappropriate, that sort of thing. So this poster, which Thais will say goes too far or will deem it inappropriate, is in that tradition of trying to provoke in terms of your protest.
To grab attention, basically.
Just to grab attention or to prod the authorities to say something, to react in some way, that sort of a thing.
Okay. Well, it seemed to have received the attention that it was, trying to go for. Yeah.
It doesn't get them to throw her out of the university, because that wouldn't be the right intention that she initially had.
That's true.
It could be. What kind of a publicity coup would that be? You go on the news and on the media and say, look what they did.
All right, then. Well, you know what? There has been some changes that have been occurring in the headlines lately, especially the reports coming out from Apple. I actually have waited to listen to this because I didn't want to spoil it.
Okay.
A little. I've already spoiled it a little, but yeah.
You're in the cult of Apple, then, right?
Yeah, I am.
Well, this is, you probably heard this morning, the two new iPhones that have been unveiled by Apple. These are two different distinct designs. There's a cheaper plastic version called the 5C, aimed at developing markets like China, and a high-tech version called the 5S, which includes fingerprint identification. Now, these will be in shops from September the 20th in the States, overseas, and arrive at a time at the market when rival phones from Samsung and other manufacturers are challenging Apple in the competitive smartphone market. The lower-cost iPhone 5C will be available in 5 colors: green, blue, yellow, pink, and white.
Wow.
The 5C has a 4-inch Retina display, and it's powered by Apple's A6 chip. It has an 8-megapixel camera, live photo filters, and a rear cover that lights up. The second phone, the 5S, will come in silver, gold, and space gray. That's what they call it. And it will run a new chip, the A7, that is up to twice as fast as the previous chip. Now, the interesting feature on this that's been rumored for months is the fingerprint identification, which allows owners to unlock their phones with one touch. Tying the fingerprint scanner to payments could also open new revenue channels for Apple. You know, this would be something like it's your billfold and you can pay for things. You know, open up your iPhone, this sort of thing, getting rid of the passwords altogether.
It's just going to make it a little bit more convenient, right?
Yes, yes. And back for the cheaper 5C is intended to be in emerging markets, but with a starting price of $99 US and a 2-year contract. Many observers say the phone doesn't seem to be cheap enough to really attract buyers.
That's actually pretty interesting that they would do 2 features of the phone. Like you said, one trying to do you think they're trying to tap into the market where there's counterfeit, where there's, you know, there's fake iPhones, and so rather than buying a fake one, why not buy the iPhone, but cheaper?
I suppose that could be a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting what's happened with Apple in the last few years, where they were the head of the market for a few years, unrivaled leader, high stock price, and now Samsung has come in and undercut the price. So I think this is designed to address that sort of issue. You know, that there's an appetite for smartphones, but maybe people don't have the money to spend 30,000 baht or whatever on a smartphone.
But I also think that it's because of maybe the trends of the Apple or iPhone products in particular in the countries. I mean, for Asia, it seems like it's a big boom, of course, going on. But for the States, I think that most people would say otherwise. I mean, for those who are not, you know, Apple fans, they actually go for the Androids, the Samsungs, and HTCs or whatever more than the Apple. So maybe it's because they realize that Asia still can, you know, they can still put, you know, their products into the market, and
Maybe
they're trying
be the
to go
market
for
of the future. That's
yeah,
right.
they're aiming there instead.
You know, I think we've actually been waiting for a long time for them to just come out with something new entirely, right? Because this is sort of the post-Jobs era. So we are waiting for something big and fancy, but a lot of people are still very disappointed that it's not like the iPhone 6, where it's something completely different. It's just another version of the older one.
Some things, you know, being changed a little bit.
Yeah, just minor changes, sort of thing.
That's a really good point. This, as opposed to a revolutionary change, the next big thing, the Google goggles or whatever, the thing that's a must-have, it's a slow evolutionary change at this point. And we see that's happened with the Apple products. They've reached a point, and the big, spectacular gee-whiz thing is not there, the thing that creates the new market or changes the market. It's just some improvements. Oh, a faster chip. You know, a fingerprint
it's very,
reader.
very minor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about things that are changing so fast or so slow, up to a point where maybe this particular family has decided that, you know what, we don't want to do anything with technology or anything at all. We'll just go back to the basics. And this Canadian family has decided to ditch modern tech and is going to live like it's 1986 once again.
Forever?
Forever, in a way, I guess, yeah. The family of 4 from Ontario, okay, this is going to be only for 1 year.
Okay.
They've decided to banish all the cell phones and computers, and they're vowing to live the low-tech life for a year. So Blair McMillan, his partner, and their 2 sons are playing an elaborate game of make-believe, pretending it is the year 1986, and it's the year Blair and Morgan were born.
Oh my God,
That's
they
the year
had to
that I
go
was
with
born
the
as
hair
well.
too.
Yeah, exactly. They even dressed the part, like you said, with mullets for the 3 boys, an 80s-inspired hairstyle for Morgan, a true Tom Selleck Magnum PI mustache for Blair, and vintage clothing for all. Now, he said that he noticed a number of red flags watching his kids grow up tethered to technology, and decided he needed to take action. And the family packed up their tablets, excuse me, I was going to say tables, phones, computers, and DVDs in plastic tubs, and kept them away, along with 3 flat TV screens in Blair's parents' cellar. And Blair says that he now wakes up to AM sports radio in the morning. The family sits down and has breakfast together, and the kids play in the backyard with the family dog after school.
That just sounds awful.
The McMillans will stay stuck in 1986 until next April, and Blair says it was now or never.
You know, I was thinking just now, what did 1986 look like? And then once I saw that hair, I realized I had it too. And so now I remember what 1986 or the late 80s were like.
Did you have a mullet?
I did. I had that exact hair.
I
and
think
my
you
mom
showed us
made it.
before.
Yes, I have it in my old phone. That exact hair with the spiky and then the long hair at the back.
The mullet.
Oh, the producer is saying that if we knew that footage was going to come out, I would have aired it, but thank God for that then, because I didn't have to see my bad hair.
And I wanted to say about that guy, I think that's just somebody's pitch for a reality show. That's the only reason a guy would do that and publicize that. He's trying to make a deal for a reality show, so.
Oh, in case anyone's interested, right?
That's right.
Because it's going to run for a whole year.
Just an idea.
That could be a
throwing out
season.
an idea.
Well, you know what? It's in Canada. Wouldn't it kind of be easier to step away from everything, being it's much more quiet and not as busy and bustling and not technology in your face
They're just
all the
like
time?
a bunch of mooses walking around in the woods or something.
Not necessarily, but
They
I
do
mean,
have cities there.
Yeah,
up
I know
there.
they do have cities there, but I think it's not as populated as.
Because I imagine doing that in New York or right here in Bangkok.
You
or
couldn't
anything,
do
right?
it right here in Bangkok. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, try taking away the smartphone from a young person here. It'd be a life or death struggle.
Yeah.
From one of us. How about that?
All right, then. Well, you know what? Speaking of struggling, over in China, the worst case scenario that could ever happen on the road, being stuck in traffic with the traffic line being 100 kilometers long and for days. Like literally days,
right?
With a long S in it. This is exactly what happened. It's already, it's 9th day, at least, already. The traffic got jammed between the Beijing and the Tibet Expressway. And this was as of August the 14th. So, the 23rd? Actually, yeah, the 23rd, that is. And this would only happen in Asia, wouldn't it? Where apparently the nearby residents have been profiting from the traffic snag because they've been overcharging drivers with food. So it's like, well, you can't go anywhere, right? So I'll sell you my mama for extra. That's exactly what happened. And I imagine that there's also traffic accidents along the way, broken down cars, and that's just aggravated the jam. And apparently the reason behind it was a maintenance construction that was occurring along the highway. And it's supposed to be completed on September the 13th. So some people might actually end up being stuck there for several more days before they can actually finally clear it up. Now, for the drivers that are suffering from the congestion along the expressway, this is actually nothing new. Back in July, there was a very similar thing that occurred, where traffic was reduced to a crawl for nearly 1 month.
A month?
Yeah.
So what did the drivers do then?
They killed time by playing cards, and some just sat there and wait.
Wow.
Yeah, and they said that at least, as I said, some of them were taking advantage, right? So the roadside vendors would increase the prices of food to take advantage of the traffic jam. So one truck driver said he bought instant noodles from one vendor for 4 times the original price.
Oh.
Another driver said he'd been stuck in traffic for 3 days and 2 nights already. So I think he might be at the end of the line, perhaps. But yeah, it really does make you think about the traffic that you get in here in the capital. I mean, compare this to what's happening over there. The amount of time that we've been stuck is so minimal.
That's true,
Yes.
comparing. I think the closest we get to that would be during the New Year's, or those who are driving all the way up to Chiang Mai or to Khao Yai. And those are at least like 5, 6, 7, even 8 hours sometimes. So I guess, you know, we shouldn't be complaining anymore. I mean, Bangkok's lovely.
Bangkok is lovely.
It's lovely.
It's much better than it was, say, 20 years ago as well. Big change before they built most of the expressways.
Yeah.
Much worse.
So avoid going on the Beijing-Tibet Expressway because you don't want to be stuck there for a whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, going from like 2 mini cars to, I guess, some sort of invisible ghost car. We have a video coming up here. It's a ghost car that appears out of nowhere. Usually I see these things ahead of time. I haven't seen this, so we'll watch it together and see where this ghost car comes from.
So it's on a dash cam. Where's the
The wonderful world of dash cams. Endless entertainment.
Okay.
Oh, that car.
Well,
All right,
that's not quite so ghostly, is it? That was a big build-up for a lot of nothing, huh?
I thought that it was just going to all of a sudden appear or
Me
something.
too. I was.
So it was just coming in really fast.
Okay.
Wait, you can't really see it though on the other side of that car.
No, if you look at, try
Let's
and
see that one more time.
pinpoint the red car parked on the side of the road, and see if you see anything flash by.
Can we see one
So
more
let's
time?
see if
Let's
we can
roll it again.
See that red car parked right there? See if there's anything that flies across it.
No, kind of true. Maybe it was really, really fast.
So in this case, when you tell the insurance company it wasn't your fault, you have the video proof. Instead of just saying, oh, the car came out of nowhere. It struck me.
That's true.
It did come out of nowhere. That's the whole point, but it did crash, right?
So is there an
yeah.
answer? We'll have to look up. What's the answer to this conundrum? No answer, I'm being told.
No
So
answer.
there you go. Ghost car.
Ghost car. All right, then. Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we've got the box office, so do stay tuned to find out what is our lucky question today. All right, then. Well, coming back, we've got the box office, and if you know, every single week we've got movie takeaways giveaways, movie ticket giveaways to give to you, and there's been, what, 5 lucky winners every single week?
Yes.
Last week, the answer to our question was One Direction, This Is Us. So the question was, which movie took over the Butler in the first spot? And that was the answer.
Did anyone get it wrong?
Yeah, I wonder.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
I wonder.
You're gonna wait for the answer
But
first.
anyways, we've got the questions to this week giveaway, but you've got to listen to Palada to find out if you can figure out what the answer is.
Okay, and
Give it
this is
away.
to begin with the box office and just knocking off The Butler, actually, and the #1 spot goes to Riddick for this week, and it tells the story of an anti-hero deserted on a sun-scorched planet fighting for survival against alien predators, and that took the top spot at this weekend's box office, landing at #1 with $18.6 million. And Vin Diesel is the king of the box office. Now, apart from that, let's take a look at Lee Daniels' drama, The Butler, starring Forest Whitaker and Oprah Winfrey here, continue to fare well with moviegoers, coming in at #2 with $8.9 million. And with that at #2, rounding out the top 3 was Eugenio Derbez's dramedy Instructions Not Included, and that one earned $8.1 million and jumped 2 spots on the list from last weekend. And the #1 movie last week, One Direction's documentary This Is Us, slipped in the standings to #6, earning $4.1 million. And at first it was at #1, right? Going down very fast there. Okay, so that's what's been going on. But opening for this week in Thailand, starting off with Jobs, starring Ashton Kutcher. And apart from Jobs, we also have Pain and Gain, and that's going to be starring with Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne Johnson, Anthony Mackie. And it's a trio of bodybuilders in Florida getting caught up in an extortion ring and a kidnapping scheme that goes terribly wrong.
Is there any other kind?
I don't know. That's Pain and
Especially
Gain
in
there.
a movie, yeah.
Next up is Malavita, starring Robert De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer, Diana Agron, and and Tommy Lee Jones. And the Manzoni family, a notorious mafia clan, is relocated to Normandy, France, under the Witness Protection Program, where fitting in soon becomes challenging as their old habits die hard. Apart from that, another scary movie coming up is Sadako 3D. And this is a Japanese horror sequel to the movie Spiral. And it is on the novel S by the creator of Ring, Koichi Suzuki. Now, if you've actually watched the original The Ring before, you will realize that it's really, really scary.
Oh my.
And one of the scenes that's most popular would be the woman climbing out of the TV set whenever, this video was sent from one person to another, and, just a series of mysterious murders occurs. So this is based on that, and this one is in 3D, so imagine how real this would actually look like.
Yeah, definitely even worse.
Okay, next up is a Thai movie called First Love. And the first theatrical film, which is starred by the most popular heartthrob of this hour, James Jirayu. And it's about a love in college where a guy has a crush on his dancer friend. A very cute kind of story. There you have it.
All right, then let's move over to the questions. Right, we've got the tickets here with us. First of all, let's say a thank you to SF Cinema for providing us with the tickets. 10 tickets in total, 2 per lucky winner. All you have to do is answer this week's question, which is how many Riddick films have been made? Does that include the one that has just come out? I think so.
Yes, I think so, including the latest that made it to the top #1 for this week.
So, all in total, how many Riddick films have been made? If you know the answer, do inbox us at our Facebook at facebook.com/inchannel with the answer, and 5 lucky winners will win 2 tickets each to the Watch Any Movie at SF World Cinema. So there you have it. Very, very easy.
Okay.
All
There
right,
you have
then.
it.